even if it is a case that boomers, right, who didn't really have to deal with this problem as much as it's done. I mean, it's casual now. It's casual. Like, do you think in the 60s and 70s that women were, female comedians were televising their abortion like Sarah Silverman?
No, but you said it's more casual, right?
Yeah, their abortions are more casual.
And sex is more casual too?
Yes.
So that doesn't seem like much of a deterrent.
What do you mean?
Guys are still banging.
Sex?
Correct.
The sex isn't a deterrent.
The sex is, regardless of relationships, the sex is what causes the child, Andrew. The sex is what causes the child. So if more casual sex is happening, then it's not much of a deterrent.
If you're dating a woman, is that casual sex?
No, we're talking about sex.
I'm talking about dating.
Say the word it's dating. Obviously not. If people are having casual sex, I don't need to say shit.
Yeah.
If people are having more casual sex, then they're obviously not that deterred by the idea of this woman could terminate the pregnancy.
So I'm talking about dating. I asked you about that word, dating. You say casual sex, but then casual sex not dating, so that you shouldn't logically put that in. It makes no sense. So when we're talking about dating, do you think if you're dating a woman, right, that you would be deterred from dating the thing you want to do by the fact that she has complete and total control over reproduction?
No, because I don't think men are avoiding dating because they're like, oh man, she might abort my child.
But really? But I thought you just
so.
said that there was an uptick in casual sex.
There is.
Instead of dating?
Not instead of dating. I'm saying there's been casual sex for a long time.
So is dating up or down?
Dating is down.
Is casual sex up or down?
It's about the same as it was probably whenever we were in college.
No.
Okay.
No. Do you think that casual, but even if that was the case, dating is down, casual sex the same? So that would still mean that people are having more casual sex than they're dating, right?
Yeah, but I don't think there's not dating because they're afraid they're going to have a child.
You don't even think it could be possibly a contributing factor?
No.
You wouldn't even grant a contributing factor?
No.
Okay. What about for the religious? Is it a contributing factor for them?
I think they're probably not having premarital sex to begin with.
No, dude. Just because you're religious, right? You can still give in to temptation, right?
Okay.
Don't you think that would be a deterrent?
I think they're more abstinent than a lot of secular people.
Sure. But wouldn't it be a deterrent?
No.
No. So
because I don't think a religious person would get an abortion. What the hell are you talking about?
Because you're religious, the person you're dating has to be?
I would imagine if you're dating a religious person, you're probably religious too.
No, that's not the case always, especially not for Christian men.
Okay.
They date secular women constantly.
Okay.
And it's a fear they talk about often. That, hey, what if I slip up and she gets pregnant? She can actually just take out my kid. And there's nothing I can do about it.
I want to get
Which is why they date less and less secular women, trying to move more and more towards Christian women. Doesn't that lower the chance of dating? No, that doesn't? Okay.
I know you want to ask a question. We'll finish up the chats, and you can ask the question here. We have Jason Cassell. Really quick, Kai Baka. I don't know if you're still watching on Twitch. It won't let me trigger the gifted subs. I think you sent in 40 gifted subs on Twitch. Thank you so much, Kai Baka. Appreciate it. We have Jason here. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Jason Cassell donated $100 to the feminist man. You may be one of the dumbest individuals to debate Andrew. You don't know what an ought is, you don't know what descriptors are, and you said F the logic. You are beyond dumb.
You did say fuck the logic.
I did. I absolutely did.
Why would you say fuck the logic?
Because that's not what I'm here to talk about.
Well,
I'm here to talk about that red pill people are not dating, and I don't think it's helping them. That's what I'm here to talk about.
Okay, it's, well...
Here, let's get through the chats just because we have quite a few.
Real quick.
Okay. And let's see, we have Jason Cassell again here.
Jason Cassell donated $100.
Andrew will be back.
To the
He's
dumb
just
feminist man, the reason the feminism movement has gained the power it has is because of weak, dumb men like you. Way to go, dummy.
You want to respond to Jason?
I'm glad that the feminist movement has gained as much traction as it has.
All right. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate that. We have Chef Dill Pickles coming in here. Thank you for that, Chef Dill Pickles. Appreciate it.
Chef Dill Pickles donated $99. Feminist, would you say it's about 13% of the fathers leaving?
The last stat I have is 1 in 4 households are fatherless. So that sounds about 25%.
All right. We have Ogle coming in here. Dill Pickles, thank you for that question. We got Ogle. If you guys want to get a chat in, it's $100, $99 TTS. Thank you, Ogle.
Ogle_glue.net donated $100. Fella on the right has a good heart, it's in the right place. but his brain isn't working properly, unfortunately. Hopefully today's talk at least gives him food for thought over the next few weeks.
All right, Ogle, thank you so much.
I appreciate the half compliment. I mean, I'm not a debater, but I literally am here to try to help people get out of depression and get out of the red pill space. That's what I'm trying to do.
All right. We have Ogle, thanks again. We have Stream Rift here. Thank you, Stream Rift.
Stream Rift donated $100. 2 attorneys, a law firm, and a sitting judge violated the law to intentionally keep me, a dad, away from my disabled daughter. Fuck you for blaming men. Eastern District of Virginia, 1:25 CVO 0572.
I just want to be clear. That sucks, man. That sucks. Like, you can't be with a child. I don't know the whole situation. I want to be clear. I'm not blaming all men, but I'm saying that you can't blame single mothers when you're not looking at the fathers too.
All right, Stream Riff, sorry to hear about your situation, and he included the case number 2. Lulu here, thank you, appreciate it.
Lulu donated $100. Can this guy debate in good faith instead of resorting to this just my stance? The end? You came on this podcast to debate, so do it. When you can't defend when your ideas are challenged, why you here?
Okay. Yeah. So no, I came here with an agenda for sure. I'm not the best debater. This is only my second debate ever. So yeah, maybe I mess up on some logic, but I am here with an agenda to try to help people get out of the red pill. That's all I'm doing.
All right. We have Christopher Scott here.
Christopher Scott donated $100. This dude is such a petulant child. No, I'm not gonna answer. Butterfly logic. Quit whining, kitten.
You want to? Oh, it said pussy, but it automatically changes it. I don't know why, Christopher. Do you want to respond to Christopher?
Nah.
You're good. Okay. Can you pop the doors open? And there's I know you said you were hot. There's an ice pack there for you if you need it or no.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay. Mary, just grab that ice pack once you get a moment. All right. And then we have some super chats we need to get to. Guys,
it could be I'm red. I have the Asian flush from the whiskey.
I think the whiskey might have heated you up.
I got the Asian flush. Did I get the Asian flush?
Well, you're Irish, right? Mm-hmm. They're kind of Asian.
Yeah, well, they call it the Asian flush.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've heard of that. Mm-hmm. All right, we have emotional damage. I once knew a guy who talked, Mary, just on the corner of the table here. If you
can I read this?
Yeah, go for it.
I once knew a guy talk like this dummy. He's now divorced and happily broke while his wife is living in his house and driving his car. He still feels content in his life because he gets to pay her.
Can you take that one?
Because he gets to pay her half of his salary, lost custody of his kids. Such a proud feminist.
Emotional damage. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you.
Sad for that guy, but I'm happily married, and I don't see that as my outcome.
How long you been married for?
Coming up on 3 years. Together about 8 or 9.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And may you have many children that your wife can determine whether she wants to abort.
We don't want children, but we're not worried about that.
That's not. Why am I not shocked? Are you an antinatalist?
No.
No. Okay. All right.
We have Lucas here. It looks like there's a string of them. One, what? The concept of submission outlined in Ephesians 5:22, wives, submit yourselves to your own husband as you do to the Lord, is not pertinent to intersexual dynamics, ? Oh, but wait, only in your small circle, Andrew. That small circle representing 62%
of the population.
Of the U.S. population. This guy is a woke clown, but let me guess, Kamala voter?
Yes.
Or did you vote?
Definitely
voted Kamala.
100%.
Sorry, champ. My wife and I vote MAGA unapologetically.
Good-looking wife, by the way, Lucas.
Hey, Lucas is, he's
going to have some good-looking kids.
Yeah. See, he's married. He watches they watch the podcast together.
That's good. Would you say most of your audience is married?
Most of mine is.
I heard you say that.
Would you say that she is a misogynist?
I won't. I don't know anything about her.
Is Lucas?
I don't know anything about her.
Let me caveat it. It may not be most of them are married, but most of them are in marriageable age, and a significant portion is married.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Do you think of the content creators that we're talking about, including the audience here, would you say most of them are married or in a relationship, or would you say the majority aren't?
Of the viewers?
Yeah.
I haven't polled them. I wouldn't know.
Do you have
I'll go ahead and grant. Probably the majority of them probably aren't married. Why would that matter?
Or in a relationship?
I don't know. I haven't pulled my audience.
I mean, we're kind of about to reach a threshold soon where most of the population is not going to be married or in a relationship.
But the whole point that I'm trying to make is that I think red pill content is furthering that divide.
Yeah,
because it makes people not want to
actually,
date.
I wanted to
wait. Let me just finish the chats. But
all right,
just if you want, just write a note and then we'll get it in. Oh wait, I need to finish Lucas's. Hold on, Ogle. I'll come back to that one in just a moment. Let me finish up Lucas's. So, Sir Simpalot, can you square this circle for me? I'm a happily married, red-pilled Christian nationalist MAGA voter.
So based.
So is my wife. So is my wife, by the way, on each of the preceding fronts, and yet, according to you, I'm a radicalized, miserable incel loner misogynist. Do you want to respond to that?
I would love to. The studies show that most people who consume red pill content are becoming isolated, angry, mad at women, and they're dating less. You are an exception.
Yeah.
Could you say the same about like feminism, though?
Which of the studies show that, by the way?
All the ones I gave you.
The case of misuse of evolutionary psychology in online manosphere communities.
Yep.
The case for female.
All of them. All three things I just cited, different studies.
Yeah. Can you tell me though? You didn't put in who the people were for the studies, because oftentimes
you can click. I'll send you the electronic file.
Well,
if you want.
Have you heard of what's called publishing bias?
Sure. Let's not trust stats.
No. It's not about that. Okay. Listen, hear me out here.
Okay.
There's something called the replication crisis. You ever heard of that? The replication crisis?
No.
When you go back to redo sociology studies, the vast majority of them can't be replicated.
Okay.
The vast majority, and that would be psychology and sociology. Okay. Would you say that these studies that you gave me are mostly sociological?
Yes.
Okay. And would therefore suffer from the replication crisis. And that would mean that there's a good possibility that up to 60% of what you just gave me here will never be replicated.
I think when you have so many studies saying similar things, I don't think that's an issue. I also think that you can grant that most of the red pill community are potential, like incels. There's a Venn diagram of people in the red pill community.
But that's where publishing bias comes in.
But hold on. Mm-hmm. In the red pill community, incels are a big part of the red pill community.
What is an incel?
Someone who's involuntarily celibate.
Meaning they can't have sex?
Even though they'd like to.
Okay, so they can't get a hooker?
I guess, but maybe they don't want to. Maybe they want a real relationship.
So then they're not involuntarily celibate?
Do you not believe in incels?
So they're not involuntarily celibate?
Do you not believe in incels?
I'm asking you a question. Why are you
asking me a stupid question?
No.
Do you not believe in incels?
Can an incel buy a hooker?
Sure.
Okay, and you say they don't want to.
Potentially.
So how are they involuntarily celibate?
You think they should buy a hooker?
No, I'm asking how they're involuntarily celibate.
Because they can't get someone to date them, Andrew.
But that wouldn't be, I'm sorry, what does celibacy mean?
This is the same bullshit you do.
What are we talking
about? It's super
important.
If you don't acknowledge that incels are real, just say that. But don't try to play this game. Don't play debate club with me. Don't play debate club with me.
Debate clubbing nothing. I'm making sure semantics are straight.
No, it's not. See, semantics are a big debate club thing.
Semantics are part of debate.
Do you believe that incels are real?
It's hard to say.
Oh yeah, of course.
Depends on what
you can't just say yes.
It depends on what
you can't just say yes because this is what you do.
I will say yes or no if you just clarify for me that an involuntary celibate is a person who just can never get sex no matter what.
That's typically the definition. Yes.
Okay. Can these people get prostitutes? Can they buy prostitutes?
Who knows?
You don't know if they can?
Maybe they don't have money. I have no idea.
Oh. Okay.
Do incels exist?
By that definition,
not my definition. Do incels exist?
Well, it depends.
Depends. Do incels exist?
From my definition,
this is some bullshit game you're playing, dude.
Or yours?
Anyone's definition.
Bro, I don't know why you don't understand what semantics are.
I don't understand why you can't answer the question. I don't need to be walked through it. I don't want to play your game, dude.
I'm not playing a game.
Yes, you are. Do incels exist? Oh, not by your definition. I have no idea if incels exist. How could I even admit to that?
Oh my God. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do leflipidoos exist?
Not that I know of.
Wait. What's a leflipidoo?
Who knows?
Then how the fuck do you know if they exist or not?
Have you read a study on inflipidoos?
Well, why would that matter?
Okay.
I did.
Do leflipidoos exist or not?
Okay, Andrew.
And what I mean by leflipidoo, is, yes, if you have a proprietary definition,
okay.
You can't. So this is what's called equivocation. It's fallacious argumentation.
It's called debate club. That's what you're doing.
No, it's equivocation.
It's called debate club.
Are you in a debate?
I don't think so. I think we're having a discussion.
No, why?
Because we're having a discussion about red pill
when you
communities.
sat down before the show, didn't you say I'm an
We're
excellent
having
debater?
a discussion about red pill
We're
communities.
having a fucking
But now
debate.
you're saying that red pill communities don't have incels, which is complete
not what
bullshit.
I said.
Yeah, well, they don't exist in your world.
Not what I said either.
You're trying to get some stupid definition that doesn't exist.
Listen, I'm trying to explain this to you.
No, you're not trying to do
I'm
shit
gonna
except
explain it.
avoid the
When
question.
you're done, I'll explain
You're
it.
not trying. No, I don't need to be explained.
Well, I'm going to explain it anyway.
Well-
so just so that you understand, definitionally, things can be.
Here's Debate Club 101,
Yes.
everybody. If
Yeah,
you want to
and
be in the Debate Club.
Listen, everybody, because this is super important.
It's
He's right.
super important.
He's
Incels
right.
don't exist.
We're in a debate.
Incels don't exist, by the way.
Well, we're in a debate.
All you incels out there,
This guy's
it's not
friggin'.
true. All you incels, I'm sorry, Andrew doesn't believe you exist. He doesn't think you exist.
Well, when you're done, I'll explain.
I'm done.
Okay.
But I'm not going to listen.
So I'll explain.
So if you're an incel,
So he's not going to let it. You're
if
not
you're
going to
an
let me
incel,
speak.
no. If you're an
Okay.
incel, Andrew doesn't think you exist. He thinks you should just go buy a hooker. Just FYI.
Which
Okay,
would definitely,
go ahead.
which
Wait,
would,
Andrew, just go ahead. Nick.
which if you could buy a hooker, by his definition, would make you an incel. So, how this works is, if somebody has a definition of something as proprietary, right? I don't know what he means by the thing he's asking. So I asked him, does that just mean you can't get sex under any circumstances? Yes. Okay, can they buy a hooker? Yes. Well, then they can get sex under some circumstances.
So incels don't exist.
Stop, bro. So by your logic, they wouldn't be incels. Now, if you have a different definition than that, and you want to give it to me, I'm willing to engage with it in good faith.
You're not arguing in good faith. This is complete and utter bad faith.
You're not making an argument at all.
I'm saying incels exist, and you're saying, well, what do you mean by incels?
Yes, it's important.
No, it's not important.
It's proprietary. Definition's
no, it's not.
proprietary.
No, it's not important. You're making it important. It's not.
Okay.
The fact that you deny that incels exist is so silly.
It's not what I did.
Hold on. Okay, so let me read a couple chats, and if you guys want to continue talking about that specific thing, we will. Ogle, thank you for the gifted 50 memberships. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Guys, W's in the chat for Ogle. He just gifted 50 to the whatever community. Thank you, man. Appreciate it very much. We have a couple chats here coming through. We have Ogle, speaking of.
Ogle_glue.net donated $100. It wasn't meant to be a dick. I appreciate people who have good intentions and act on them. There's just the road to hell is paved. For a reason is all I'm saying.
Thanks, Ogle. And honestly, man, I really am here to try to help as many people as I can. That's really all I'm here for. I'm not here to win a debate and, be in Debate Club. I'm trying to really help incels and people in the red pill community who feel lonely and depressed.
Yeah.
But Andrew wants to play definitions.
Yeah, I know.
Ghost
It's terrible.
Logistics
I want you to
donated
clarify what you mean by things.
$100.
No, you want to play a definition game.
17 years. 7 lawsuits filed against me. Grandparents filed. 3 protection orders. 3 false arrests. Untold thousands of dollars. I won, but it almost killed me. I don't blame guys.
He sent one in earlier, right? Was this the same guy who included the case number? No, that was
can't remember his name.
Streamrift. Well, it seems like there's some Ghost. He had another poor experience. I assume this is related to divorce proceedings, child custody proceedings. Ghost, really sorry to hear that.
Ghost. Same. And honestly, man, I appreciate that you fight for your children. That's all I'm asking for is that men who want to be with their children, they fight for it. I'm sorry it's so hard. That it shouldn't be that hard, but that's all I'm saying should happen should you have a child.
It shouldn't be so hard? It shouldn't be?
I don't think so.
Okay, you know what? Great. This is a great red pill talking point.
Wait, let me
They,
just.
man.
Let me. Okay, go ahead.
They also don't believe that it should be so hard, and so they're fighting tooth and nail, especially men's rights advocacy, MRAs, men's rights advocacy groups. So that's not so hard.
That's one subsect of the red pill community, but again, as we established, the red pill content creators that we're talking about promote promiscuity.
Well, you only mentioned 2.
I mentioned 3.
Who?
Andrew Tate,
Yeah.
Fresh and Fit,
Yeah.
this podcast.
This podcast does not promote
but I'm
promiscuity.
trying to avoid it because I like Brian.
No.
I'm trying to
This
avoid it.
podcast does not promote promiscuity.
Okay.
I need
It
an
doesn't
example
promote
for that.
marriage.
Yes, I
You do,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying you
promotes
do.
Well, wait
I
a
know.
second. I'm sorry. I thought it was about dating. Your whole time wasn't enough about dating.
It doesn't
Does it
promote-
need to promote marriage?
It doesn't promote marriage.
Does it need to? Should
if
it?
You don't think people should get married?
Should
that's
it?
fine.
Should,
I think so.
should the
I think
dating
so.
podcast promote marriage?
I think so.
The dating podcast should promote marriage.
I think so. Yeah. I think that isn't that the point
But
of
you
dating?
can't ask
Isn't that the
questions.
point
But you
of dating?
can't ask questions about abortion.
Isn't that the point of dating?
But
Why do you
can't-
date
but
if you're not
can't-
going to try to get
but
married?
you can't ask.
Why do you date if you're not going to try to
Actually,
get married?
there's a lot of people who date without getting married. Yeah, tons.
Okay, but should you?
I don't think so.
Okay, well then shut up.
But don't you?
No, I think people should get married if they want to get married. That's what I think.
Yeah, so then they should be able to date without getting married?
Sure, if they like to.
So then what are you even bitching about?
I'm not bitching. I'm saying that
That's
this podcast, Fresh and
like
Fit, and Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit, and I'm sorry,
Those are
Brian.
circular
Brian
retard
doesn't
shit.
believe in marriage, and these people, and you're promoting.
Neither do
these
you.
people.
You don't believe it either.
Yeah, I don't. I just
said,
got married.
literally just
got
said,
married.
I think people should get married if they want to.
Okay.
Oh, great. So is that a promotion of marriage? They should get married if they want to? Is that promoting marriage? Is
Sure.
it?
Sure, Andrew.
And answer my question. Are you promoting marriage by saying, hey, everybody, you should get married if you want to?
It's not promoting marriage.
Well, I tell you what, it's a lot less than what I promote.
I'm not saying you.
Me, a staple of this show.
Here, we got a couple more chats here, guys. Almost done. We got Jason Cassell. Oh, boy. Okay, here he goes.
Jason Castle donated $100. I would keep an eye on your wife. Even feminist women really want real men. Unfortunately for you, you are a feminist, so you will probably be okay with it because you don't want to tell her what to do.
I'd love Jason to define what a real man is, so if he can send in another $100.
A real man is a guy who sends in another $100.
Or champagne pop. That's an option. Maybe a little liquor for both
Jason,
these guys.
a real man sends in a champagne pop.
A little liquor, maybe, I don't know if he'll get things a little more aggressive.
And then I'll make sure that he doesn't get any.
You'll pound the whole
That's
bottle.
right.
You'll pound the whole bottle.
Get any.
All right, we got Red Fox here. Thank you, man. Thank you, Jason. Good to see you, man.
Red Fox donated $100.
Thank you, man.
If your goal is to convince people away from Red Pill, why don't you just talk to Andrew and thoroughly think through your position? Instead, you divided the audience. You seem like an useful idiot.
I will have to talk about just the red pill, but Andrew puts conversations into all kinds of different things. We'll talk about abortion. We're talking about single mothers. We'll talk about all this stuff, even though I'm trying to pull people out of this.
So I'm trying to give a justification for red pill ideology, and one such justification would be that women have reproductive control, which could create incentives for men to not want to be with women in modernity. Now, you literally told me that is in no way, shape, or form, because I asked you 5 times, wrote it down 5 times, and you said that that is in no way a contributing factor. Do you think right now anybody should ever take anything you fucking say seriously after you said that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to help people get out of this thing. You're just trying to keep people divided.
Okay.
Christopher Scott donated $100.
Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate it.
You're not here in good faith. You won't answer questions. You whine about everything and act like a child. Man up.
You want to respond to that? Or
No.
Okay. Christopher, thank you for the soup chat. We have Lucas here, and then we'll get back to the debate portion. Lucas, Pink Hat Wearer, I have an honest question for you. You say you have a podcast of female guests geared towards helping men. Do you truly believe right-of-center men align with your positions, or is your target audience white dudes for Kamala? Genuine question from Lucas there.